Let's talk about one of the benefits of leaving a relationship. And I think that this one is a really important one for a lot of guys because, as we already know, most times, especially in marriages, it's the women that do the leaving. And I'm firmly convinced that a lot of guys do not know how or when to leave relationships. So let's do that. Listen, losing yourself in a relationship is not about any individual fight. It's the slow grind of living against your own values. You say that respect matters to you, but you keep tolerating disrespect, especially in early relationships when there really should be no real heavy investment. You tell her that honesty matters to you, but you keep ignoring her lies, subtle or not. And inside all of that gap is what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. You likely have heard of it before. So today, let's talk about why that eats at you and why walking away restores your peace. So listen, I did a video just a couple of weeks ago about how walking away can reinforce your leadership. But this is just, again, another one of those very, very important benefits that men get when they walk away, particularly from romantic relationships and dating. So I understand that it's not that men forget their values. They often compromise them in very, very small ways. And each little compromise widens that gap. Leon Festinger, as I've mentioned in previous videos, way back in 1957, did research that tells us actions and beliefs that are misaligned create actual physical stress. That's when you get that knot in your stomach. Sometimes it'll be headaches, sleepless nights, for some people maybe even migraines. And all of that is not random. That's your body screaming at you that your life does not match your principles. So dissonance doesn't just fade on its own. It's not just going to go away. Every time you hear something like, oh, it's not that bad, or if you even say that, it just multiplies that dissonance. So until eventually you stop trusting your own judgment. And it's very, very difficult to get that peace back. Let me give you an example, as I like to do. Let's say there's a man who values loyalty, but he stays after cheating, after infidelity. And if you know anything about my story, check out some of my some of my divorce and confessions videos, something I'm all too familiar with. So guys like that, they believe in loyalty, but their actions say otherwise. It's unbearable for them to split. They're filled with self-doubt, weakness. They believe that it's shameful because that's what society and other women in particular have told them about leaving, even when they're sacrificing their own values about infidelity. So many times what happens is men will try to fix things without leaving. And a lot of times that comes in the form of rationalization. She's stressed. It's just a phase. Or in the case of infidelity, well, hell, maybe I did do something wrong. What did I do? And then it just compounds over and over as if they were the issue. And so they maybe even say something along the lines, if I just keep being patient, then she'll change, or there's some way that I can fix this. So here's why walking away matters, and it will give you your peace back to you. It's not a punishment for her. It's a restoration for yourself. It's stating that your actions finally match your beliefs again. You get to recover all of that. The relief comes instantly, too. Let me tell you, it's peace within yourself, not just distance from her. I understand that sometimes it's difficult in relationships, and it does take that time to get over things. But that instant peace is very, very helpful. Let me give you this example. Let's say she mocks you in public, something very simple. And then she apologizes, she repeats it. You say that it's humor, but inside you're shrinking just a little bit. So as I like to do, let me give you the statements if you're in one of these situations. And let's say, for example, you're willing to give her another chance. Maybe it's early in the relationship and she just doesn't know you that well yet. Hopefully she's not fucking the mailman at this point. But if you're willing to stick around with her, simply tell her, listen, if we're going to move forward, I need constant change. I need you to listen to what I'm telling you, and I'm not going to put up with this again. But listen, the point of this video is walking away, maintaining or regaining your peace back. And so when it comes to that, a nice statement like, listen, I've told you before what I value. I've given you a chance, and you knew what was going to happen, and nothing's changed, so I'm done. I'm going to go be peaceful again without you. So let me just reiterate that real damage is not done just by what she does to you or what she says to you. It's what you tolerate and your own behavioral patterns. Listen, dissonance destroys peace by pulling you away from your values, but that walking away, that realigns you with yourself. You don't just leave her behind. It's the self-doubt and confusion of all of it that you're leaving as well. So that's what happens when you walk back into your own integrity, and that's where peace lives. So as always, I want to hear your experience. Please give me a specific example, especially if you're early or in a relationship or you're actually out there dating. I want to hear what you're up to and what your stories are. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.